Are you thinking about buying a home this year? Well, did you know that most buyers actually start the process completely backwards? That's why I want to share with you 4 things you should be doing right now to start your home buying process off on the right foot. Hi, I'm Steve Shamrock with Realty Executives Premier, and I've been helping buyers throughout Northwest Indiana for over 23 years. And before I get into these 4 things that you should be doing right now, I also want to share with you a couple mistakes that I see home buyers make. And this is how they're starting the process backwards, okay? Now, the first one that I see home buyers make is that they underestimate the actual time it takes to purchase a property. All right. For example, hey, I got a lease expiring at the end of July. I need to go ahead and start looking at these homes. Okay. Well, it's June 30th. We probably should have started this a little sooner. So what I mean by that is, first we have to find you a house, and that's not always the easiest thing to do depending upon your situation and what you're looking for, okay? Inventory is a little tight right now. We have to make sure that it fits your needs, it fits your budget, and it's the right house for you, and that could take some time. Second, we have to negotiate the offer. There could be counter offers involved. There may be a multiple offer procedure, or maybe the sellers are out of state and it takes some time for them to respond. So again, that could take a couple days. It could take a week to negotiate the offer. And then finally, we have to actually close on the property, which on average can take up to 30 days or more. And that depends on the type of loan or if there's repairs involved. And sometimes there's hiccups along the way of things that are just totally out of your control. So if you are looking to be in a house this spring or summer, you need to start your home search right now. You need to follow these 4 steps to start your home search right now, okay? Now, the second mistake that home buyers are making right now, and this is how they're starting the process backwards, is when they're ready to see it, when they're searching online, and instead of going through the correct steps, which I'm going to share with you here in a second, you're scrolling on your phone, looking at houses, like, oh, I really like that one. Let's go see it. You hit that schedule an appointment or contact an agent, and boom, that's who you're talking to, or that's who you're walking through a property with. And you haven't formed any type of relationship with them. You don't know if they're there looking out for your best interest or whose best interest. You're asking questions where you really don't know anything about this realtor. And that's why these 4 steps I'm going to share with you right now are so important, because your home buying journey should be a blessing. It should be an enjoyable experience. And these 4 steps will not only ensure you have a smooth transaction, but an enjoyable, stress-free transaction as well, okay? So here are the 4 things you should be doing right now if buying a home is on your goal list for this year. Number 1, schedule a buyer consultation, okay? A buyer consultation allows us to sit down face-to-face or over a Zoom call and take a deep dive into your home buying journey. We'll discuss your timeline, your wants, your needs, and I'll walk you through the entire home buying process so you know exactly what to expect. This is also your chance to answer questions, set expectations. How do you want to be communicated with? Are you going to pass me off to your assistant or a processor or another member of your team? Or are you going to stick with me through the entire transaction? Are you my point of contact? Are you going to be there for me at 7 o'clock on a Sunday when I need to ask a question or I'm concerned about something? Those are the times to start asking the questions. Not after you meet some random agent at a house, you put in an offer, and 2 weeks in, you have concerns, but you're already legally under contract. The buyer consultation is super important and often overlooked in real estate. Heck, many realtors don't even offer it because they're the ones that are going out and just meeting you randomly at houses, all right? Schedule that buyer consultation, and I promise you it will elevate your home buying experience to a new level, okay? Number 2, you're going to want to sign your buyer representation agreement. In Indiana, realtors are required by state law to have a signed buyer representation agreement in place before giving advice or showing you homes. That's right. We can't show you a house without having a buyer representation agreement in place. Now, this agreement allows me as a realtor to represent you, to answer your questions, and help guide you through the home buying process. Now, I know what you're going to say, Steve. I've been looking at houses for months with realtors. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never been asked to sign one of these. Well, this is how I would answer that. Again, this has been state law since August of 2024. Are there agents out there who are probably showing homes without it? Absolutely. Unfortunately, that is the case. But if I was out looking for a house and this was a state law and an agent was showing me a property without offering or explaining the buyer representation agreement to me, or says something along the lines of, oh, don't worry, we'll worry about that once we find a house that you like and we write up the contracts, then we'll do everything all at once. That agent is violating a state law. And if I'm looking for somebody to represent me in my biggest financial purchase, do I really want that person representing me violating a state law right from the get-go? How's that transaction really going to go? So again, it's best to understand all the steps in the process, understand what that buyer representation is and what it means, and to sign it up front, okay? Number 3, get pre-approved. This seems so simple, but it's so often overlooked. You know, often I hear buyers, oh, I'm good, or I have an 820 credit score, or I make $500,000 a year. I have no problem getting pre-approved. Yeah, you make $500,000 a year and you got $1 million in debt, okay? It's not always cut and dry like that. The home sellers do not care who you are or what you make or what your credit score is. They care about seeing an actual pre-approval letter from a lender that says, hey, this guy is good. If I go under contract with this person, they're going to be able to get through closing with minimal to no hiccups, okay? Nothing is more frustrating than finding a perfect home that you fall in love with, only to lose out on that property because you're waiting for a pre-approval. Get it started from the start with your pre-approval so you know your price points, how much you can spend. Understand what you'll also be able to budget. How can you budget for a property if you don't know what you're pre-approved for? That's the other thing that's always concerned about me. You'll have no surprises along the way if you're pre-approved up front. I can't stress enough that getting pre-approved just also shows that you're an actual serious home buyer. All right. You're ready to go. So schedule that buyer consultation, sign your buyer representation agreement, get pre-approved. Number 4, get out and start exploring the neighborhoods, the communities that you're interested in. Drive around those communities. Make sure that those areas that you think you're interested in actually fit the location, the lifestyle, the commute times that you're actually looking for. You know, a lot of times a home looks really good in the pictures or a video, only to pull up to find out, yeah, that's not what I was looking for, or I didn't realize there was a gas station 3 houses down from here, or man, that neighbor has 5 RVs in the driveway, okay? Or maybe you're going to drive out there and be like, wow, I didn't realize there was a park across the street from here, or man, I can walk to the train station right there to easily get to downtown. Look for the negatives and the positives. Make sure, again, that neighborhood is going to be a neighborhood that fits your needs, your lifestyles, and the location that you're looking for. So guys, again, a home buying process should be a blessing. It should be an enjoyable experience. Can there be hiccups along the way? Absolutely. Does this guarantee that you're not going to get stressed out or something unexpected is going to happen? No, it doesn't. But by following these 4 steps, schedule your buyer consultation, sign your buyer representation agreement, get pre-approved, and drive around the neighborhoods that you're interested in, it will elevate your home buying search and it will eliminate the possibilities of something going wrong and stressing out because you'll be ready to go and on top of your game, all right? It will put you ahead of so many other buyers in today's market. Now, whenever you're ready, if you have questions, leave them below in the comment box there. I'm always here to help and available to to get you ready to go on your home buying journey. I'm going to leave a link in the comments as well that will allow you to schedule a one-on-one call, introductory call with me, kind of get to know each other. And then if you want to go ahead and schedule a consultation from there, I'll be happy to do that with you. And then also while you're down there, please, I'd love it if you went ahead, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you know if anybody else out there looking to purchase a home, go ahead and share this with them. I'd greatly appreciate that. But again, in my 23 years, guys, the more prepared you are when it comes to buying a house, the better you're going to be. And in a market when inventory is still a little bit tight, and there's still a lot of buyer demand out there, again, staying ahead of your competition is always a smart thing. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you next time.